No, no, absolutely. We can start if you don't mind. Then, how are you, Francesca, today?
I'm great, Max. Thank you for
Where do you
being.
stay now, Lagos, or where are we based now?
I'm currently based in Dallas, Texas.
Are you currently in Dallas? So it's morning.
It's morning.
Good
It's about
morning,
10.
Francesca. Did you have your coffee?
I don't drink coffee, thankfully, but I do. I've had my green tea and honey.
Thankfully, I feel like that's a sin to not drink coffee.
You don't drink coffee and you have such a wonderful skin. How
Thank
come?
you. Because I don't drink coffee, I guess.
So thank you very much for joining us today. We have about 60 people online, and we had an amazing conversation till now. And I would like also to thank GOG especially for organizing this wonderful exchange of opinion or forum or brainstorm, even name it, just the day before the World PR Day. I'm the president of the World Communications Forum Association, which is based in Davos, Switzerland. And we are also joining all the World PR Days, festives or celebrations or discussions starting tomorrow, of course. But I'm very honored to have Francesca, and I will wait also for Mercy to join us. But Francesca, I would like to ask you my first question. You sit at the intersection of gender equity and social impact. In your view, how can social media platforms refine their algorithms to amplify the voices of underrepresented groups, particularly African women, beyond performative inclusion and toward genuine representation and influence? It's, of course, I turn to you as a founder of one of the very influential women's organizations, and I do appreciate all those communities which struggling for their rights and equality. But at the end of the day, it concerns a lot of different groups, not only women. So how do you think social media will support you, and how can we manage the algorithms in a way that they really help you?
Yeah. Thank you for that question. And again, just really thrilled and excited to be here today. I'm going to answer that question a little differently because I think, first of all, the responsibility is two-way. The responsibility is on those who are utilizing the social media platforms and also on, the platforms themselves. So like the tech companies like Google, Meta, and the rest. You must think about social media as, and this is for organizations like Leading Ladies Africa, who do work around gender equity, who represent underrepresented communities. But it's important that you must think about social media platforms as a marketplace, right? And you have to know what to sell. You have to know what products to bring. You have to know how to market your products. You have to know how to speak about it. You have to know how to present it. There's a saying we have in Nigeria where we say packaging is very important. So how you come across, how people interact with you is super important. And also understanding how those platforms work. So for example, if you're creating content, you want to understand, how the algorithms play out, what sort of content engages your community, what is important to put out, and how to put it out, what time to put it out. So some of these like tactical and strategic things. So that's on the side of organizations, nonprofit organizations, or equity organizations, or justice organizations who are on these social media platforms. Now, on the other end, you also have tech organizations, or tech institutions, or tech companies who must put structures in place to filter out, like, not everything is mainstream. Not everything is for entertainment purposes. Not everything is going to be viral. Not everything is going to be, the Grammys or Oscars. And so I would say that tech companies and tech organizations must put in structures and, develop their products in such a way that even those voices that are not mainstream, even the voices that are not in sort of like the public viral moments, that they are doing consistent, intentional work in amplifying and advancing those voices and those institutions.
Okay, it was very interesting. Thank you very much. My next question would be, in your particular concrete job as the founder of the Leading Ladies Africa, as the founder, you've helped craft powered narratives around African women's leadership. In an era where algorithms prioritize virality, how can women leaders and content creators build platform rooted in substance and being authentic and having long-term impact without being sidelined by the metrics and often reward noise over nuance? I mean that sometimes you have excellent messages to the societies, but you are substitute to the algorithms and to the way that the platforms and technologies work. How do you think we can promote our authentic messages in the social media, not having in mind the algorithms or overcoming algorithms?
Again, like, I think really connected to the first, sort of some of my first comments.
Yes.
We must think about social media and the algorithms as a marketplace. I think a lot of times organizations often think, oh, because like my message is so deep, is so important, is so textured, is so meaningful, is so not mainstream, so therefore, I have to come across as stuffy, structured, almost even joyless, right? And
Yes.
so I think that there's an opportunity there to really revamp how we are engaging, right? Like, is it fun? Is it playful? Is it, does it reach communities that are not even within the scope of where you're operating from? And so I would encourage institutions in trying to, navigate how to learn about algorithms, see what works. What time does the video work? What time does the graphic work? Do carousels work? Certain platforms amplify video over graphics, over photographs. Play with things. Be free to to take risks. Be free to experiment. Social media is, I think sometimes we think about algorithms as this thing that, oh, it's going to get us. No, you have to train it into it's a product. So train it into seeing what is important, and you do that by understanding how it functions. And so I'm really going to go back to saying, learn how algorithms work and understand that in content creation and deployment, you shouldn't sort of like fit into strict structured boxes, but really be creative, have fun, learn a lot, and really try to reach communities that are not within like your own, for lack of a better word, bubble.
Okay, no, it's a very good message. But tell me, you would like to promote much better the rights of the African women to the societies. Do you think there are other minorities groups that you should fight for, or you should elaborate with?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I can't remember who said this, but there's a saying that goes, none of us is free until all of us are free.
Yes.
And there is a term called intersectional feminism, which means, some people are advocating for gender equality, other people are advocating for economic justice, other people are advocating for indigenous rights, other people are advocating for like sexual rights. Everything is interconnected. And so you cannot remain in your silo of, okay, our work is focused on advancing gender inclusive leadership for women, so I don't care about sexual and reproductive health for minorities,
Yes.
or I don't care about indigenous rights, or I don't care about the environment. Every single thing is interconnected. And until all of us are free, none of us are free. And so I think it's super important to always have an intersectional lens to the work that we do, because it's just more effective. Okay, it's Maya Angelou. It's just more effective. It's just more efficient. It's just better impact for people and planet.
Mercy Eke, welcome.
Hello. I'm so sorry. My apologies. I was on set. I was running late, technical issues, but I'm really sorry and I'm here
No,
right
it's
now. I'm so
okay.
sorry.
We love you so much that we can forgive everything.
Thank you.
Don't worry about that, Mercy. We had a beautiful conversation with Francesca, and you know that tomorrow we have the World PR Day.
Oh,
Yes, that's why we gathered today. Let me ask you a question, Mercy. When you hear PR, what is your definition for PR? What do you imagine?
when I hear PR, I think PR is marketing, position, alignment, putting yourself, your branding, in a positive impact. I think that's basically what PR means, just, branding and marketing yourself in a positive way.
Do you use PR advisors yourself?
Yeah, I have a team that I work with.
Okay, who are they?
My manager, I have my stylist.
Oh, they are
Yeah,
not PR. They're not PR. Your manager is not PR. Your manager is running your program or your appearance. No.
she's also my PR. Yeah, she works as my PR. She works as my
Okay.
manager. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Mercy. You have millions of followers
Yeah.
and a massive digital presence. I'm much more modest. I have a couple of hundreds of thousands, but not millions like you. And I'm not as
Mhm.
purical as you are, of course. But let me ask you, how to stay real Mercy, authentic Mercy, in a space where algorithms very often reward trends over the truth? Because sometimes you say the truth and you don't know whether this truth will reach your readers, your followers, your fans. How do you manage to stay a authentic and the real Marcy? Is there any formula? Is there any advice?
Yeah, honestly, I would say for real, like I'm gonna be honest right now, it's not even easy at all. Like the pressure to chase what's trending, especially when the algorithm keeps pushing the same content. And but the thing is, I try to remind myself daily, like I didn't build this brand or this platform overnight. It was my personality, it was my truth, it was my this person that people really like, people saw, liked, and then supported me. So I stayed rooted in that. One or two, I jump on trends, but it has to align with myself, with my personality. Otherwise, it's not what it like. I have to stay true to myself. So I see some trends. If it aligns with me, my brand, I jump on it. But sometimes I just do me. Like I just take it. I'm not really a trend person. That's why when you look at my social, sometimes I don't even post because I take my time. I want to do things that align with me, my personality, who I am, the Mercy Eke brand. Yeah. So it's just, I feel like I have to align with what's trending or the algorithm for me to put out something. So that's what I have to say.
Let me ask you, you work for over 30 very popular brands. And
Yeah.
what is the way? Do you have a formula to keep good relations with the clients? Because you are very usually, as an influencer, in the middle between the clients and their clients, or your followers. Your followers must be the
Hmm.
clients of the brand you promote. How do you keep
Hmm.
good relations with both parties? On one side, the clients, on the other side, the followers.
Yeah, like I said before, I think the real secret here is alignment, respect. I
Okay.
only work with brands that sees me, not just the numbers. And in return, I bring the percentage because I'm not just selling a product. I'm also sharing a piece of my life, you know, with my audience. And we live in a fast world, but long-term partnership comes with brands who build with you, not brand who just want to trend with you. So most of the brands, like I have a brand that I'm still working with, is over 5 years right now, Hawaii Nigeria industry. So we're building this brand together. They're building with me. I'm working with them. And I think that's what keeps it. That's the respect, the mutual respect, the value, honesty, and just giving each other, you know, what we deserve.
Do you have a favorite brand?
No, I don't have a favorite brand. I just love to work with brands that's aligned with me, that want to grow with me, that just sees me, not just the numbers. That's
Okay.
when they see Macy, yeah, they're aligned with me. So I don't have a favorite brand. It's just the brands that resonate what I represent.
For context, because Mercy joined in before we could introduce her, understanding that we have people joining from different countries of the world. I just like to read Mercy's bio a little so the people know. Mercy won. She's a star actress, reality TV star, brand influencer, and entrepreneur. She rose to fame in 2019 as the first female winner of Big Brother Nigeria, which is watched all over Africa. So Mercy is known across Africa, and she has over 7 million followers on social media combined. And she was also the runner-up for the All-Star season in 2023. Mercy, her reach exceeds 90 million. So really, she's collaborated with over, like Matt said, with over 30 plus brands. And so she's one of Nigeria's most influential figures. And dare I say, very well known across Africa. She's won several awards, including AMVCA, that's the African Magic Viewer Choice Awards for Best Dressed Female. So just for context, for people, who are seeing her now and the conversations, so that you understand who she is and why it's important, that she's here to talk about what we're discussing today. Thank you so much, Max and Mercy. Back to you.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you, Naomi.
Without explanation, we can see how beautiful and how famous is Mercy. And I'm sure that, only 30 brands. I think you should have 300 brands because you are such a trustful and such a professional person. And now I have a couple of very short questions to both of you, ladies. And I start with Mercy. What's one word that they describe how a successful person must show up online?
One word, unapologetic.
Unapologetics. Wow.
Unapologetic, yeah.
Unapologetic, yes. Francesca, what do you think?
I would say authentic, because you have to show up as yourself. You have to show up as who you are, and everything that you do has to be connected to that.
Just be you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then which platform do you prefer? Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, X, TikTok? Which platform you think is the best one now?
Instagram always. Instagram is hope.
Okay. Francesca.
I don't know in terms of like the best, but I really love LinkedIn. I really love LinkedIn. Yeah, the long form text, the professional opportunities. It's my stomping ground.
Mercy, how do you imagine the platform of the future? Let's say 2030. What kind of platforms we will have?
Right now, AI is taking over. So in 2030, I think AI will saturate everywhere. But I still prefer the human work. But yeah, AI.
Okay, Francesca, how do you imagine the future
I
platform?
think that we're seeing with the rise of, not the rise of the Gen Z, but we're seeing that majority of the world's population is consisted of Gen Zs, and they're deeply interested in social impact. And so we're going to see them coming in alignment with platforms who really take causes like justice, equity, really seriously, because they are defining those moments online and offline. So I would stake my money on platforms who are trying to integrate those elements into product development.
Your favorite influencer, Mercy?
My favorite influencer right now. Oh my God. I have lots of favorite influencers, but I would say Tomike Adeoye. She's been really doing her thing. She's been consistent and real, and I must say she's very inspiring.
Okay. Francesca?
I would say Bozoma St. John, because she really embodies being authentic. Like, she's American, but then she's also Ghanaian, and she's able to like straddle like both worlds, to put herself forward in a way that's relatable. And so that really resonates with me, Bozoma St. John.
Important question. How do you judge the influence of a person? By number of followers, by character, by dress code, by the beautiful glasses Mercy wears, by the smile, what would be the first and the most important characteristic side that influencer will impact on you or on the audience also? Is it the number of followers or is the authentically personality?
I think their authentic personality, their value, like yeah, value, authentic personality, and just being themselves, being authentic, putting out something positive, imparting the community, like what they do, what they stand for. That's for me.
You mean what is the person outside the social media or what is the person on social media?
On social media.
On social media.
Mhm.
Francesca?
I think for me, it would be engagement. So if I don't know how familiar you are, there's another, content creator who I love, Ifedayo Dario Naija girl. Like if she does like a video or like a text or like something, people just flock and like they talk to her. And I think it's anchored on how authentic, like she shows up as herself, and her community recognize that, and they're constantly in this lovely conversation that goes on and on and on and on. So I really love that. I think people talk to you when they like you and they like what you stand for, and they like what you're doing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Mercy Eke, Francesca Uriri, we love Nigeria, we love beautiful world, we love the influencers because all we are online. Thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts for your participation today. I guess that Omawimi would like to have a family picture of all the participants. I know that, and Rachel will know this, and also the presence of Mercy will bring us also millions of followers of both GOG and Rachel and Omawibi. So if we can invite all the speakers to have a family picture, then it will be wonderful.